RA 7277 prohibits discriminatory practices in transportation such as higher fare charges or refusal to accommodate persons with disabilities and their assistive devices. The bill must also ensure that all infrastructure such as terminals, stations, and sidewalks and public transportation vehicles are designed and maintained to be persons with disability friendly. This includes the provision of priority seating, accessible restrooms, elevators or ramps, clear signage, and unobstructed pathways, creating a truly barrier-free environment. We also urge the active involvement of our partners, Department of Transportation, in the development of the bill's implementing rules and regulation. Their participation in critical to integrating accessibility standards into the core of transportation planning, infrastructure development, and operational protocols. The IIR should also establish regular compliance monitoring, strict penalties for non-compliance, and an effective grievance mechanism to allow persons with disability and other commuters to report violations and access redress. The Magna Carta for commuters is not merely a policy, it is a transformative step towards achieving inclusive mobility for all Filipinos. Its enactment will promote equality, dignity, and independence by making our transportation system accessible to everyone regardless of physical ability. With this, NCDA reiterates its full support and respectfully urges your honorable office to prioritize the passage of this landmark legislation. Through your leadership and the collective action of the Senate, we can build a transportation system that truly leaves no one behind. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tony Alaba. Okay. Okay, pumasok sa isip ko lang, nabagit niya yung persons with disability, accessible dapat yung mga bus. Why don't LTFRB, I want you to do this. Why don't we assign each bus company, each route na pupuntahan, na merong isa doon para accessible sa mga PWD, especially mga wheelchair-bound passengers, na yung kneeling bus ba ang tawag noon, merong mechanical device na bababa hanggang sa lupa, tapos papasok yung wheelchair niya, tapos sa akyat, hanggang sa papasok siya. Although I know that's kind of expensive, kaya nga sabi ko, kahit man lang, bawat rota ng bus, meron designated na kneeling bus ang tawag niyan. Correct me if I'm wrong. Kasi parang lumulod yung bus. Pero actually, yung bumababa doon yung mechanical device na para doon papasok yung wheelchair. Can you do that? Is that something na pag-aralan nyo? Kasi lahat ng bus na nakyat ko, wala eh. Pag ikaw yung naka-wheelchair, sorry ka na lang, kakargahin ka. Na hindi dapat. Na dapat merong upuan doon, design na pwedeng wheelchair, papasok doon at merong seat belt para sa wheelchair na yon. O pupwestuhan niya, tapos merong ilalak doon na hindi nagagalaw yung wheelchair niya. Nangyayari sa ibang bansa, why can't we do that here? Pag-aralan niyo po yun. Tama? Doon pa nga lang sa CR, pwera lang sa may Cebu, may pinuntahan akong port sa Cebu na yung mga CR nila merong pang PWD. Pero halos lahat ng CR sa mga terminal ng bus, hindi PWD accessible. Wala pang toilet paper. Wala. Ngayon, kukuha ka ng tabo, hugasan mo pagkatapos mo do your thing, and then punasin mo na lang. Wala man lang sabon, walang toilet paper. Those are things na malit na bagay kung isipin niyo, pero for the convenience of the passengers, of course, cleanliness, sanitation, para hindi magkalat mga sakit. Siguro yan po yung ano nyo. Pag-aralan din po. Kunti na lang. Marina issues a show cause order against Montenegro for alleged overloading of passengers during the April 13th trip. Marina, are you here? Marina, okay.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Engineer Roland Kenneth Ballesteros, OIC Chief Complaints Investigation Division Enforcement Services. Marina, anong nangyari po doon sa show cause order ninyo?
Sir, good afternoon po. No? With regards po doon sa update doon po sa show cause kay Montenegro, we have here po yung director namin from Batangas.
Okay.
So we have here Director Joey Victoria po.
Okay, Mr. Joey Victoria, Director ng Marina. What happened to the show cause order? Have they responded yet?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
We just received the answer of Montenegro Shipping just this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Apo. They denied the accusation that they overloaded on the date as mentioned.
Mhm.
We're still waiting for the response of the Coast Guard District, Southern Tagalog. We're requesting copies of the pre-departure inspection and the passenger manifest so that we can compare it to the submission made by the Montenegro Shipping. At the same time, sir, we also requested a copy of the investigation made by the Philippine Coast Guard on the alleged overloading, because in one of the interview made to, I will just check my,
Okay, sir. What made the Coast Guard say na overloading itong Montenegro? What was his or her basis?
yun nga sir, ang medyo naguguluhan po kami kasi Commander Michael John Encina, during his interview, the duty spokesperson of Philippine Coast Guard.
So commander siya.
Yes,
So
sir.
hindi siya magsinungaling, mataas ng ranggo niya.
Yes, sir.
So why would he lie?
Yun nga sir, kasi po ang statement po niya na in-announce sa GMA News is there is no overloading.
In-announce ng commander?
Yes po.
Teka muna, so sinabi ng tao niya may overloading. Sinabi ni commander na walang overloading.
Yes, sir. Kaya po hinihingi po, he quoted the investigation made by Philippine Coast Guard. So that's why immediately after we heard that news, we sent a letter to the district commander of station Southern Tagalog to provide us a copy of the investigation made by the Philippine Coast Guard na sinasabi po na walang overloading.
I believe the Coast Guard yung una, yung mababa sigurong rango, tapos sinalo ni commander. Baka si commander, friendship si Mayari.
Hindi ko po alam, sir.
In-override niya itong si ano. So you should do a thorough investigation. Di ba dapat meron kayong ginagawang tandem na pag-check to make sure na walang overloading with the Coast Guard?
Yes, sir.
Why are you not doing it, sir?
Just like what Commander
Tanseco.
Pacheco said earlier, sir, meron po kasi, sila po kasi yung parang enforcement arm ng Marina to conduct the pre-departure inspection on behalf of Marina to ensure that there is no overloading during every trip of the vessels, and at the same time, the vessel is seaworthy on that particular voyage.
Can you show us yung sa previous meeting na sa isang barko, nakaupo na lang sa sahig yung mga pasahero, siksikan? I believe na there's been overloading. I don't know about this trip na sinabi ng Coast Guard, pero
It's a different, that's sa Calapan po yan, sir.
sa Calapan nga, pero sa Montenegro rin yun eh.
Yes po.
Na kung saan yung isang nagsumbong sa akin, sobrang siksikan na, overloading na talaga,
Yes, sir.
nadulas itong pasahero
Apo.
hanggang sa nalaglag siya sa pantalan. Overloading yon. So yun ay hindi pwede madinay ng Montenegro. So what Montenegro did, sa halip na bayaran, pinasikot-sikot hanggang sa nagkaroon ng hearing tungkol dyan, napilitan siya magbayad. At alam mong ginawa ng Montenegro, ang binayad lang nung after the accident, 1,000 o 1,000, umuwi ka na. So uminit ang ulo ng complainant, lalo ang uminit ang ulo. So I believe there was overloading.
Yes, sir.
So naniniwala ko doon sa findings ng Coast Guard originally, and then nirebat ni officer, ni commandant, yun. Baka si commandant medyo naging lenient. Di ba, General Tanseco, spokesperson ng Coast Guard? Di ba, sir? Kasi once na sinabi na mismo ng Coast Guard ninyo, we have to respect his findings. Kasi what's in it for him? Why would he come up with that kind of statement na there was overloading in this boat and this ship, and then kung nakita niya may overloading, what did he do? Number 2 yun. And then probably he cannot stop because maaring, for whatever reason, somebody told him to let go mo yan. What do you think, Commodore Tanseco?
Sir, hearing the discussion earlier po, Your Honor. Una-una po, ako rin po ang commander ng IDMS. That's the Investigation Detection Management Service.
Okay.
We are